I'm just waiting for people. Huh? Uncle. My question of the day is about to be, I was on a certain person's channel and she made this motion. Men that are on a stud's channel are, she made this motion. And so I got to thinking, like, do people not understand that there's a norm to that? Hello, whoever joined, there's a norm to that. It is, yes, a fetish, but there's also a norm. There's two sides, as always. Um, but being on that person's channel just gave me an idea to go live, and I want to talk about this. This is my question of the day.
Listen, studs are in high demand.
Huh?
Studs are in high demand.
Shut up.
People want to be us. Everybody wants us.
Studs are in high demand, huh? They want to what it and do what it?
Be us and fuck us.
Oh, honey,
Sorry.
your mouth.
Oh, my bad.
Well, I mean, there's nobody watching just yet, so, you know. Somebody was here, but somebody left. So, you know, they bounced. So I figured we'd go live. And I'll go live for a little bit. It looks like Bria's on you. She bounced. Bri, you've been left. Maybe everybody's got. Oof. That's nasty. That nasty. That nasty. Some recipes of onion. It goes well with many ingredients. That's a lot of onion, though. That's a lot. A lot, a lot. Da 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 da. I tried making impossible AI food. You could do that. I know some people will be here. Let's see. I've been live for 3 minutes, so I'm just gonna pose the question, and then I'm gonna speak about it, and then I'm gonna bounce. I'll do that because, you know, I know it's game day. You know, it's game day, so people are watching the foosball. Ooh, save for later. Save to library. We're gonna save that for later. Let me come here just in case I miss somebody. View channel, and let's go live. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna pose my question, and then I'm gonna talk about it, and then if people are still here, if people aren't here, that's cool. I hope everybody can hear me. Let me. Okay, it is turned up. So here's the question of the day. Is a man, so I was watching someone's channel and I got this idea because the statement was made that men who chase men like women are, that was the motion that was made. So I decided, do I speak to this? Yes. Why? Because I'm with a woman that really is a stud. Like, she acts like a dude, thinks like a dude. She ain't polishing nails, toes. She ain't putting on makeup. She ain't doing none of that. She ain't wearing panties. She wearing drawers. She's a dude. It's like in her DNA. Being raised the only female of all males and growing up like a boy, she's a boy. So she just has women parts. She doesn't try to act like a boy. It's just who she is and in her DNA. Um, so the question is there something wrong with a man that likes studs, lady boys, women who are like men, right? The answer is no. No. There's nothing wrong with it because there are men who are attracted to that type. Now, there are men who find there is a fetish. There is a fetish. Um, oh Lord, Brie is out in the world. She's out in the wild. There is a fetish where there are men who, just like any other fetish, but it's all not always a fetish. It's an attraction. Like for said lady boy who had a baby, not unless she was in full blown when she was dating men, not unless it was in her to be feminine, act feminine, and do whatever she did to be with the man that she got with, because she has a kid. If she has always been a lady boy, even back then, did she really think something was wrong with him? Because think about it, you still have all your parts. You still have all the female parts. It's not like you have his parts. So what makes him gay? I asked my wife, I asked Red, and I might call her down so she can speak to it. Because when she did date men, I was like, babe, you've been like this your whole life. Because even her family is like, she's been a boy her whole life. The men that she dated, they loved her. They chased her. They couldn't get enough of her, right? So when I asked why, the statement was as simple as studs are easier to date than feminine women. We're low maintenance. We don't want to go shopping. We want to watch a football game or a basketball game or a baseball game or football. We don't want to do much with our hair. It goes in a ponytail, or we get it done. We get it braided up, mainly in a ponytail or a bun in the back. We're very low maintenance, and we get each other. We got each other. We were studs are easy going and easy to talk to, whereas feminine women are more reactive, and men like that. Men don't want to deal with high maintenance. Does that make them? No, because when you got in the bed with him, not unless you was, you know, strapping up on him. It's my life, so I can say it. Unless you were strapping up on him, then yeah, we could say, and even still, because I found out there's something new called pegging that's very apparently in. And pegging is what feminine women, their men are letting them do that in the bed. That's what the new generation is doing. Old school generation, that wasn't a thing. So basically, when you was laying up with him, that's how you got pregnant. You know, again, not unless on those occasions you were strapping up on him. Then okay, I could see why you would be narrow-minded and think that something funny going on. But I know for my wife was like, yeah, when I was with dudes, they wasn't playing the radio because she was dating men, real men, not little boys, not boys that needed that. They were after the goods that women have. So, is it a fetish? No, not in that case. Now there are those men who do, yes, chase after studs because they want to turn them. They want to see if they can turn them, or they want to see what it's like, or they want to see what they do in the bed. But truthfully, there's still It's, of course, it's all it, perspective is everything. So you shouldn't judge people. Add a question sticker. Eat your pizza crust. It says try it. Hello for whoever's watching. So yeah, the question that I pose is it a fetish? Is there something wrong with a man who wants to date a stud? Or try it? Or see what it's about? Men are just as curious as women are. And when women are curious, nobody dogs us, nobody talks crazy to us. Now, yes, there are those haters in the world that want to call us, names. But I mean, don't we get that when you're dealing with race or when you're dealing with just being a woman or a man? I mean, people call names all the time. So in any circumstance, that especially if they're either bigots or whatever, idiots, whatever, the two I associate. But truthfully, there's nothing wrong with a man who, especially if he's just coming to your channel to see what you're talking about. It's like, I do understand why this this person blocked me, and I guess they see me as a threat, and they are willing to say to anyone and everyone on their channel, if you've been blocked, you've been unblocked. I forgive, but I don't forget. Just be on your best behavior. And even though I was never not, I was always on my best behavior. I still got banned. They just didn't like me. People, I have a dry sense of humor, so people don't always like me. People aren't gonna like me, and I'm not gonna boo-hoo about it. It's not like I'm missing anything. But I did. I wanted to come on and I wanted to ask that question. What in the? Oh, there's a bone under sitting on. We moved the table over, and it's sitting on not the bone. It's sitting on the cord, the thing that covers the cord. So now I'm rocking. I got to keep my foot off the table. Well, not my foot. Like my foot's on the bottom of the leg, holding it up. But yeah, I would like everybody's opinion on this. If you want to give an opinion, is there something wrong with a man who chases after studs? And if you don't know what a stud is a woman, a lesbian, who dresses. Usually you can identify them because they dress like men. They're lesbians, of course. You see them with women, but they look like they play the man role, which they're not playing. They really are in a man's role. Um, Bria's back out in the world. I swear I gotta get my shoes on. Leah, go get Bree. I wish that we could do a collab being that person. I wish we could do a collab and just bounce ideas off of each other and just kind of bounce opinions off of it. Opinions, ideas, thoughts. Um, but when you're dealing with someone who is narrow minded and not willing to budge on communicating or just going with the flow, um, those things don't happen. So I'm left, because boy, I would love to get her opinion. I would love to get her opinion. Just, I'd love to pick her brain and say, okay, what did you deal with? I would love for her, actually, I'd love to get up out of my seat, put Red in the seat, and her and Red talk about their experiences and, like, how they both feel. Well, I know how she feels. She does this, which I think it means that he's not right. But she dated men, Red dated men. So, you know, I dated men, but for me, I'm feminine. So I dated men that love feminine women, super high maintenance. I'm super high maintenance. And I dated women that love super high maintenance women. So For me, there's no difference. But for studs, again, most studs will tell you of our generation and the generation right after me. Well, no, the people that are still in my generation. I think the millennials are next, and I don't know if. See, I have a lot of sisters, and my brothers are not so much on that level of even wanting to deal with. Both of my brothers are against my lifestyle. Not well, they're against it. Um, and I know they love me, but they just we don't fool with each other too much. We don't talk. But my sisters, they date men, so I can't get their opinion. Um, I can, but you know, it's just one of those things. So I do have one person watching. Hello to you, whoever you are. Ooh, I hope it's you. You and your better half. Um, if it is you and your better half, I would love to do a collab with the two of you. You two, Red and I. And all we talk about is the men that chase after you two, you and Red. Because as for your spouse and me, both of us, well, I think she's femme. You both see, you two are very different than Red and I, because there are different types. Just because you see studs and femmes, don't mean that the roles in the house of studs and femmes are always the same. They're not. Like in my house, she literally is the man of the house. I am I'm the woman of the house. Um, she takes out the trash. She mows the lawn. She services the cars. Me, I deal with things inside the house. Stay out my kitchen. Stay out of my kitchen. It's my domain, mine. Whereas in their house, um, the stud in their house is more that the kitchen is her domain. My kitchen is my domain. Stay your butt up out of it. In fact, half the time she don't know where anything is in our kitchen. I have to get it. Um, and as far as my laundry room, I stay away from Larry and Gary. Yes, they have names. The big electronics, appliances and stuff, and electronics. They have names. Darwin the Dyson, and you know, they have names. So stay out of my kitchen. Stay out of my laundry room. Let me do me. I am the OCD one in the house, where she's so laid back. She's like, I mean, she'll put a knife with the forks, and I'm like, ugh. So it is different dynamics in every home. Every home is not the same. Just because you see a stud and a femme, and actually, I think in some homes, especially millennials, I think studs have gotten more laid back. They're not like Gen X and the generations before, where studs were studs. Studs were men. Men. Every generation. And I noticed, as we've gotten older, we do get a little bit more lax in those roles. But every role, every stud and femme, um, in their home, it's not the same. Every home is not the same. Just like in heterosexual households, it's not the same. So yeah, I would love to pick their brain, but they can't seem to get over that hump. We've got to grow. You grow from love. You grow mentally, emotionally. Nobody's trying to tear you down. Nobody's trying to bother you in a bad way. And I do thank you for giving me that idea. I happened to be, first I was on the Nextdoor app, getting my questions. I decided to take a break. But then, I was like, let's see what's going on on YouTube. And then that popped up, and I was like, oh, what you talking about? And of course, I came in apparently at the right time. She was digging in some man's but for being on her channel. I don't know exactly what he said to her, that, but I do know that sometimes she doesn't read things through, and she read it things move fast and she misses a lot, and so she gets very frustrated very fast. So you know, things get misunderstood. That's how I got misunderstood. I still haven't lit this cigarette. Okay, Bria's back in the safety of the gazebo. She's gone blind. She'll be 15 in January, and she just lost her eyesight. So, yeah. Again, I want people's hello, whoever is watching. I hope y'all came over. Um, I don't know if you know what the question is about, but I'm gonna state it again real quick. It's just simply put, is there something wrong with a man who likes studs? Women that play the role in their relationship as the male, or women who look like they play the role, because just because you dress like a dude doesn't mean you're always the dude. And sometimes femmes crisscross. But for the most part, men that chase studs, is there something wrong with them? Are they funny duddy? Because I think this means funny. I don't think that's what's going on with them. Um, I did say for some it is a fetish. Um, for others, they're curious. And then there's the other side where they just, that's their preference. And like I said, when my wife dated men and I asked why, she said, simply put, dating women like me was easy. It's easy to date a woman like me. I'm not high maintenance. I don't want nothing. Leave me alone. We do what we do. We rarely do it because that, she was like, I was only dating men to appease my parents. So she was like, that was far few and in between. But apparently that drove him crazy long enough to stay. But again, he wasn't asking her for a strap. Let's be real, that's what they're called. He wasn't asking her for that. He was asking her for the lady bits. Again, if you have a child, then you weren't, not unless you were giving him the D on occasion, that doesn't make him funny if he's still getting the lady parts. He's still heterosexual. He's not funny. He's not gay. He's not bisexual. He's still getting the giblets. Or, well, giblets are men. He's still going to Taco Bell. Oh, that's so crass. Oh, let me rephrase that. If I could rewind that and delete that, that's so ugly. But he's still getting it. So, what makes him funny? What makes him gay? What makes him not right for wanting to date a stud? There are men who like women that are not high maintenance. There are men who like to go play basketball with their woman. There are men who like to be able to put on sweatpants, a ball cap, and a t-shirt and go to a game, or just chill at home and not say two words. They both chilling, doing their own thing. That actually is a peaceful life. There are some men that just don't want high maintenance women, and feminine women tend to be high maintenance. Now, there are some that are not as high maintenance, but I'd say that's an easier life. Wouldn't you? Okay, so Brie is this big, but the bone is this big. So she this big, the bone is this big. And she is trying to take it down. Somebody left their bone. Caleb, Malia, one of them. So anyway, hey babe, how you doing? So I was on you know whose channel. It popped up. So I went on the channel. I don't know if you caught what this is about. I went on the channel and she was in full-blown attack mode of a man who I guess was on her channel, and I'm good. And she said that a man who comes on another stud's channel basically is like this. So the question was, is he funny? Is he gay? Is he bisexual? Because here's the thing, and I did state this, and I am gonna say this again. She has a child, so he wasn't gay, not unless she was strapping up on him in between times, but he was still getting the lady parts. And I did say that there are, okay, so there's three types. There are men that, yes, do, there's a fetish. They're curious. They want to know. They're like, what's this all about? But then there are men who are attracted to studs. And when I asked Red, and I was like, I'd love to do a collab with her and put Red so they could, go back and forth and. So, but the point is that when I asked her why, because she dated men when she was younger to appease her parents, you know, and when I asked her how'd that work, why? And her answer was, Red's answer was, it was easier dating someone like me. He didn't want a woman that was high maintenance. We would go to, put on sweatpants, t-shirt, ball caps. We would go to games, or we could sit and watch the game, enjoy the game together. I'm not high maintenance. Studs are not high maintenance. Um, but he was still getting the lady part. She never once. For our generation, men didn't want that. I do know there's something new called pegging. So the younger generations are doing that, where they're strapping up, the feminine women are strapping up on their men. And look, I don't judge that. I've always said, what you do in your bedroom is private time. No judgment. That's your deal. And that's your man. And the whole point is you keep your man satisfied like he keeps you satisfied. That's how it makes your relationship work. But here's the thing, it doesn't make him funny because he finds you attractive or because he's curious about you. It may just mean that you're his type, because there are men who do like to date studs, and there are studs that like to date men. I mean, how did she get a kid? So that was, and yes, I took the idea and I was like, this is the question of the day. Oh, you had a guy dude want to sleep well, sir, man. But that's the new thing. Gay men like to get with women that they think are a little more masculine or aggressive. And I learned that when I moved to Georgia. Like I apparently, now Colorado is very small. So I lived in this small bubble. I thought there were only four types of lesbians: studs, femmes, Aggies, which is aggressive femmes, and soft studs, right? I get to Georgia. I go to the first gay pride ever. First thing I see, I saw the manliest woman. When I say man, she had grill. I mean, and she was gorgeous. Gorgeous. Fine. But she was with a man dressed as a woman. And they were in matching outfits, except his was a mini skirt. And he was in stilettos, toes done, nails done, hair done. And they were holding hands. And that is a thing. I don't understand it, but I don't have to. And I don't judge it. So yeah, if you have a dude that wants to sleep with you, yeah, just know. How old was he? Our generation, younger. If he was younger, that's the thing. Gay men do like what they think is more aggressive, and depending on what you had that on that day, he probably thought you were more aggressive than you really are. He just didn't know your attitude is aggressive, but you are still feminine. So I've been on for 30 minutes. I'm tired. Oh, yep, he was younger. I should have known, because that's what this new generation does. I started a new blanket. I need to set up my camera so I can get some coverage of the blankets I'm doing. Um, I'm moving pretty quick, too. Oh, right. I've learned that about you. I think you're more of an aggressive femme. I told you remind me of my baby sister. She's an aggressive femme. Now, she does full out makeup. She's perfected her makeup. Um and but she's bisexual. My baby sister. She's bisexual. So, I don't know. But I think she's trying to get her footing in this on this side. So, yeah, I've been on 30 minutes. I've had people coming in and out. I was saying about her, I wish she would get over whatever it is that she thinks I did, because I would love to collab with her. Like, she ain't got to talk to me. I would like to put her and Red on, and they do a collab on this topic, you know? Red ain't done nothing to her. And I'm pretty sure she would like Red. As in, they'd get along. Red's easygoing and laid back, and she pretty much lets people just talk, and Red's like, do your thing. I'll jump in when I need to. I know you told me one day what you had on. I was like, I think I've seen you in a ball cap before, like a baseball cap. Oh no, she's not. She still needs to grow from love. She needs to heal. Um, she's got to grow from love. She's got to try that. It will release the burdens. Um, when people do collabs, people grow. You know, what she never thought of is if she ever had tried to do a collab, maybe the people who watch me would have enjoyed her and gone to see her. But she was so busy thinking I was trying to take her, what, 8, 11? It fluctuates between like 4 and at tops 11. She thought I was trying to take her people. No, baby girl. No. Maybe. Maybe my people would watch her, but I'm pretty sure there's some that would find her entertaining and would enjoy her. But yeah, but you can't do nothing about that. I can't do nothing about it. But I tried to comment today. When she was talking about it, I did put it's nothing wrong with him. It could be a fetish, or he could just be attracted to you. But of course, my comment was not seen. That's okay. At least I got to say it. But then I decided, I was like, I'm going live because this is a question. I took a couple days off to get my wife settled and unpack her, and um, I'll get back to my questions on Monday. I've got a whole lot to record, so I'll probably record them tonight. But so they can start. And I might start doing question of the day in the morning and then food for thought in the evening, because I got to start posting more. I'm getting some footing. I'm growing. So, yeah. But, yeah. When? You know I respond to your text. I haven't gotten a text from you. But then you did the eyeballs. Okay. So I'm just going to end this live. I asked my question. I've been on for almost 40 minutes. Are you available to talk, or do you want to text? That is so delayed. Okay. All right, babe. Well, I hope this topic was covered. I hope they're not they're not blocked from commenting on my shit. So if they want to comment, if they want to say whatever they want to say, I'm fine with that. I don't hold it against them because I know what kind of mindset they got going on. But I thank them for giving me a question of the day. Um, because, of course, my wife, poor baby, she had her winter skin on, as she calls it. In the picture, she looks Caucasian, which makes her angry, but she is not Caucasian. She is black. Both parents are black. She will say that. Please do not call her mixed. She does not like it. Um, Not that she's got anything against it. She's just like, look, I am a black woman. Um, Not, and when I say she has nothing against it, I mean she literally has nothing against mixed, because all of her nieces and nephews are mixed. Her brothers did not date or did not marry or date black women. I seem to be the only black woman married into the family. So, and that's okay. But, yeah, so she's not against that. Her babies, our babies, nieces and nephews are mixed. So we don't have anything against that. But she always gets the people say at work, there's no black people on this team. And she's like, I'm black. And they're like, you are? Yes. Yes, I am. I'm like, oh, God, she's mad. She called me. Do you know what they said? I'm like, uh-oh. So, okay. I'm going to get off of here. That's the question of the day. Do you think a man that is attracted to studly women is funny or gay? Especially if you, at back in the day, they called it giving him. If you're giving him the skins, if you are sleeping with him with your reproductive organs, and you are reproducing and giving him a child, ooh, it's windy. Does that make him gay? I think not. Does it make him bisexual? Because he's still getting the lady parts. What do you think? Okay. You want to let me see if I can call her. 2 seconds. Let me call her. I'm gonna go get her. Hello. Um, what are we talking about here? We're talking about um guys that date studs. Hello, hello. Hi, Tiffany. So is that what we're talking about? We're talking about guys that date studs, and what do we think about them?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you a story. I'll tell you a story. Okay. We were at this party back out in Denver, right? So I'm sitting down. I got my jeans on. I got my boots on. I got a t-shirt on or a sweater or something like that. I don't know. And I got a ball cap on, right? And I'm minding my own business and everything. I'm sitting at the party, and I look over, and this dude is staring at me, and I'm like, well, maybe he's just wondering like what I am. I don't know, right? But then he smiles, and you normally when you someone smile, I don't know, maybe not normally, but when somebody smiles at me, I do this. I'm like, oh, there's nobody behind me but a wall. Okay, so I guess he's smiling at me,
You rocking the
right?
table.
Sorry, y'all, if I'm rocking the table. So, I that was a bit shocking, and I was put off because there was a bunch of feminine women around, and I'm like, okay, well, why are you looking at me? And then he came and sat next to me. He wanted to talk and everything. I was like, I'll be honest, I was like suspect. So I mean, how I feel about, and I've dated guys in the past, and I've always been more of a tomboy. I mean that's what they called us in our day, in my day. So we were more of a tomboy. So I always walked around with the ball caps and everything. But I don't know necessarily that a guy is like this. If some guys just want maybe a more laid back woman, right? And they don't really want the woman that has to get the hair done and the nails done, and they want the woman that does not mind hanging out with them, so to speak. So I don't necessarily think that's more of a hinky hinky kind of thing, because my ex boyfriend, he's straight.
And maybe, because it can happen for women, so why can't it happen for men? Why can't they just fall in love with that person, right? Or like that person and not worry about what she's wearing. So I feel like I was all over the place with that, but that's how I feel. Go Bears, and right now they suck.
I don't think you were all over the place with it. Did you read the comment? There's three people.
Yeah. Who jealous?
Oh, I was talking about the person that was. I said I wish we could do a collab with you and her, where you two kind of bounce ideas off of each other or your opinions. But of course, she would never do a collab.
Who wouldn't do a collab?
You know who?
Who? Oh, I was gonna say I'll do a collab.
I
I'll do a
know.
collab.
I know
But you feel
would.
like some guys who flirt with studs, they think it's a game? I mean, I think that guys think it's partly a game when they flirt with any kind of lesbian. I've had people come
Well,
up flirt with you.
Yeah, I said
You
they
know,
think they can switch
either
us over.
switch us over, show you what a real man is about, which is why you're with a female, or get insulted. People got their own issues, and they'll try and make it whatever they want to make it. But you know, I don't know. I think half of these men these days are suspect. That's just I'm not liking what I'm seeing. I went to my coworker one time in where we are in Charlotte, and I was like, so how's the dating in Charlotte for you as a young single black woman? And she said, there's pee in the pool. And I said, pee in the pool? I was like, is that what they say now? She was like, there is pee in the pool. So,
Yep, on the DL is pee in the pool.
yeah. So she was like, it's not good out here.
She made the statement, she said like this, babe. She said, you being on my channel, you're like this. And I'm thinking, well, that's not necessarily true. You laid with man and you had a baby with man. Was it this then?
I don't. It depends on what she's talking about.
Well, I think that
If she's giving
suspect.
tips on certain things, then maybe he wants to hear what she has to say.
No, she literally attacked him and said he had no business being on her channel.
I think that's unnecessary.
She called
Maybe
him
he just
a
liked her
man.
because she was cool.
She said a man being on another man's channel is, and then she did the wiggle of the hands, and
Man.
I'm like,
People be tripping these days. I'm telling you.
I don't think that's what that is. I mean,
People be tripping. And some studs do deal with men on the DL. You don't have to be DL. If you buy, you buy. Pan, whatever you want to call it. Speak your truth.
yeah.
You like men, and you like to dress around, dress in some Tims and some and dress like him. And you find one that likes you, that wants to kick it with you too. Do your thing. Do your thing.
Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you.
So see,
There's Red's take on it. I don't think it's hinky dinky. I don't think it's. I mean, like I said, I think there are three types. There's the fetish. There are the men that are curious, but there are men that are genuinely attracted to her type of woman because they like easy laid back. Now that woman that we're speaking about, she high maintenance in a whole different way. Um, she high maintenance on a whole different way. Um, and yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You've witnessed it. So there's that. And it's my opinion. And if you're watching, I am entitled to my opinion, just like you're entitled to your opinion. You don't like me. You won't speak your truth. I can speak up. You say you bout it. Speak your truth. Say why you really just don't like me. Don't lie and say I tried to steal your subscribers. Don't lie and say I was disrespectful, because I never was. Just now you put out my cigarette. Just say you don't like me because you don't like me. It's just that easy. You just didn't like my personality. You don't like that you think I have money. You don't like that you think I live lavishly. You don't like that you think I'm doing better than you. You don't like anything about me. That's the real truth. You don't like that you feel like you have to compete with me. She won't. I tried. I tried the first time. I realized she was mad at me. She quit speaking to me. See, she does that. She gives you the silent treatment without warning. So I went to her and I was like, hey, if I did something that offended you, please let me know and I apologize so I can fix it. No response. Then about a week went by and then she started speaking to me again. And we did good for a little bit. And then I did something again. And then she had, her gorilla behind her ready to pound me into the ground because apparently I did something else. And I'm like, I don't even know what I've done. But then she had people in her ear that had never spoken a word to me about me. You don't even know me, that person. How are you speaking up on me? And rather than be grown adult women about it and coming to talk to me, they're listening like kids, like it's high school. Well, she said this and she said that, and come talk to me. Come talk to both of you. Come talk to me. You both claim to be top of the food chain. Well, come talk to an equal that's part of the food chain. I'm not afraid to talk to you, and I'm not afraid to be real. If you said something that was stupid, I'll tell you it was stupid. If you said something that I didn't agree with, I'll tell you I didn't agree with it. But genuinely, if I meant no harm, like literally oblivious to whatever it is you're saying I did, I'm going to say that. And honestly, I have no idea what I did to get attacked in the first place. Now, what I did afterwards, now, if she is upset with me for what I did afterwards, I can own that 1,000,000%. But I did say, don't come for me if I didn't send for you. You're not going to like what you get. And so I did some things that hurt her feelings. But then I got lied on. I do not attack animals. I went to school to be a vet. And that's the thing. If you know anything about me, which you don't, I went to school to be a vet. I wanted to go to Africa. That was my dream. I want to go to Africa and I want to play with elephants. I want to go to an elephant sanctuary. I want to save the elephants. That's when all that poaching was going on back in the 90s. I mean, it's still going on, but that's when it really hit home that poaching was a thing. And that was a dream of mine. And then I realized how hot Arizona was and told that the savannah was even hotter. I'm joking when I say the savannah, meaning Africa is hotter. And I'm like, I don't do heat. But then when I realized, how some hospitals operate, I was like, I can't, this is a job I can't do. So I withdrew from school. But if you knew, I don't attack children, they are innocent. And I don't attack I don't attack animals. They also are innocent. They did not ask to be placed with us. We chose them. They did not ask. They cannot ask. If a dog attacks, it only attacks because its owner either taught it, or it's a learned behavior, or it could be the breed. But usually, even the big breeds, like the big beautiful pit bulls and Dobermans, and they can be the most gentle, loving, even huskies. They can be the most loving animals. So if they attack, it's either because you taught them to attack or there's something that's going on that makes them feel unsafe. And an outsider coming into an already unsafe environment makes them feel more unsafe. Or it could, like I said, it could just be the breed. Maybe the breed wants to bite. But people usually think that, like pit bulls and, the big dogs, they think they're biters. German shepherds, they think they're just going to automatically bite. No, they just love their person, their people, their family, and they're overly protective. Um, Most people don't understand that about dogs, so they tried to lie on me and say I said something about the dog. I'm like, y'all are really stretching, because if you knew anything about me, you would know I don't attack the animals and I don't attack children. I attack you. You grown up, I'm a grown up. You come for me, I'm coming back. For every action, there is a reaction. I reacted. I gave warnings that were not taken heed to. So, I did what I do. And then I hurt their feelings and made them mad. Now, am I willing to go back? If we could have had an apology, like if we could have talked and I could have apologized, and reassured them that first off, I don't know what I did. Second off, I apologize for whatever you think I did. If you could please kindly talk to me about it, so going forward, if there is a forward, I can fix that. Let me know. And if they felt it, if God put it on their heart to apologize for misunderstanding me, then I could have gone back and said, you know what? I'm going to take all these videos down that were geared towards retaliating. And we could start clean slate. And she lies to people and says, I'm a forgiving person. We'll start clean slate. Blah, 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 blah. But it's all blah, 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 because you don't start on a clean slate. But that's that very narrow mind. And as long as she has that old angry woman in her ear speaking up on people she's never spoken to a day in her life, they're going to continue to suffer. Because that woman don't know me. Miss CL. I'm not even going to call her a miss, because she ain't a miss. Well, she's a miss. But, yeah. Or a mess. And you know what? I'll be honest. That's why I was willing to talk to the spouse, because she is more calm and level-minded. She's willing to talk it out. She's willing to have a conversation. She's willing to hear you out, speak her piece. She got more balls than the other one. The other one's just raging and rampaging. She can't pull up her pants and be a big girl. Calm the hell down and listen and chill out. Not everybody in this world, in fact, I could guarantee nobody in this world gives a shit about what she's doing or not doing. People are not trying to take you down. I don't know who she thinks is trying to take her down, but I'm definitely not one. I don't have time to take people down when I'm winning in life. When you're winning in life and when you are blessed, the world seems to come back around on you when you're hateful and nasty to people. I don't have time for that. I don't want to put out that nastiness into the world only to have it come back on me. And now I'm looking around, sitting, looking crazy, talking about, well, karma got me. It's my own fault. I don't have time for that. So I really wish we could, and I wish somebody could talk to her, because I do think she's got some really good opinions. I think she's got some really good topics. I think, you know, she does go way off into left field a lot of the time. But for the most part, I think she does. And no, I don't take her topics. But today I did. I'll be real. Today I did. I'm not even going to lie. Today I was on there and I was like, this is a good conversation. Now I need to go do a live and see see what people think about this. Do you think she might collab with you? She likes you for whatever reason. She hasn't done any. You haven't done anything to her. So I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe she thinks that. I think what she thinks is if she keeps the people around her that she does not have to feel like she has to compete with, I think she thinks she's safe. Not knowing, because she's never taken the time to know these people's backgrounds. Like if she knew what Miss You Know Who had, she probably wouldn't like her. Because she is one of the Joneses. She really is. There's a good number of people that live very comfortably that follow her. That she probably thinks are on her level and have gone through what she's gone through. But I don't know why she's assuming. And what she doesn't know is that we had to struggle. We struggled. Everybody has had to struggle at one point in life. Everybody. And the struggle was real. Very real. I like that. You and I should collaborate. But I'm not changing my name. That might be another topic. Should you change your name if you get, should you be made to change your name if you get banned from someone's channel? Your own shit. You're on your own phone, on your own device, your own channel. Should you be made to create a new channel just to join a channel? To rejoin a channel? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Absolutely. Absolutely. And shine you shall. It's coming. That door is opening. You're going to be doing big things and you're going to be busy as shit. And I'm not going to be able to catch up with you. So, you know. Now I'm going in here to put on some anime so we can text. And I'm going to sit on the couch. It's time for pain meds. So that's why I'm looking crazy. I'm not sitting back like I was, but big birds. Where's the little one? Oh, she went in. But I'm gonna go in here and put on some anime, and we were supposed to go see 4D movie. The Predator movie in 4D. You've got to go to a 4D movie. When I say they throw you, I'll tell you about it later. But I don't know if I want to play Mario Kart. I wish I had some friends that had a Nintendo Switch so I could play Mario Kart. I was going to buy my sister's one, but my nephew would take one sister, and my other sister, I could see her getting frustrated with the whole thing and saying, forget it. I can't do it. I don't understand that. Then I have to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that. Oh, my console battery is low. This sucks. I got 11%. You know what? This game, Mario World, it keeps me quiet. Okay? It keeps me quiet. It keeps me still. Right now, the blanket is keeping me still in the anime, but this keeps me quiet. Put it up on the TV and sit in front of the TV, and I'm like this. You think all like now you can set it up where it turns you and all that. You can use it like a steering wheel. But girl, it's very sensitive. When you do it like this, you're all over the place. You fly off the edge of shit and all kinds of shit happens. You lose. Right now I'm in knockout mode. So I start out playing I think with like 30 to 35 people. And they bumping, it's like bumper cars. They flipping you over, they knocking you down, they roll over you, they throw stuff at you, they do all kinds of crazy disrespectful shit to you. But it's fun, and it keeps my mind and my nerves chill. So I'm not complaining at all. Not at all. So there was just a small few that peeked in on me and came to watch. I thank you for joining me, sister. And you text me whenever you're ready, when you get some time. Um, I am here. Um, but yeah, when you buy one, let me know. Because yeah, you Red and I can play, or you and I can play. I wish Red would play more. Okay, babe. All right. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And look at this nail. This nail I had to hurry up and put on real fast because Caleb bit it off. Caleb bit me trying to cut his Tootsie Toes. He don't like that apparently. And he don't want you fucking with his Tootsies. So I have to try and get the Dremel. And I have to try that way because he don't want me cutting them. I've never been bit by my puppy. But he took a bite out of crime on my nails. He was like, no. Funny. He's a funny puppy. I can't even be mad at him. He was like, Mama, you might want to get away from me before I bop you. I was like, okay, son, I shall do that too. All right, everyone. Like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what you think of the topic. I hope Red touched on a few topics, and yeah. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. I'm about to, okay, did it. I wish there was a way I could pause the game. Okay. All right. Love you. Have a good Sunday.